we go. On Monday morning, Keke Palmer, who is an actress and a singer and TV host or hostess, if you want to put the lady way of saying it, for those of you who may not know, she came under fire on Twitter for a comment about electronic benefit transfer cards, that's EBT cards, which Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program, SNAP, participants use to buy food with those benefits. For those of you who don't know what that is, that's a type of government assistance. And I'm not saying this for Americans. I've been digging off into my analytics on YouTube, and I see that my second largest demographic, as far as geographic is concerned, geographically, is the United Kingdom. So for those of you who don't understand what that is, that's a type of government assistance for people who earn little to no money. And I don't know if y'all remember Sammy, who used to be in our stream, the young girl in the UK. We had another story where we were talking about some type of welfare benefits, and she didn't understand what the heck was going on. So I'm just trying to give context. I know that my American people are going to know. So anyway, Keke tweeted this. Imagine if your EBT card could only work on healthy items with a handful of side eye emojis. So the backlash came fast and furious, prompted by the assumption that Keke Palmer was privileged and out of touch. And I would say that that's a good assumption. So here's what a few people on Twitter had to say about Miss Keke. And
I can't have any honey buns.
Yeah, you can have a honey bun.
Oh,
Take my honey bun.
Oh, look! I get go crazy. Oh, but bitch, I mean, look. I got some hot Cheetos. I got some hot Cheetos. But I only got all these motherfucking honey buns. I'm gonna take one of them back.
Y'all can't hear the video? Felicia cannot hear the video.
Only the honey buns. Why you all these honey buns?
You said you could take one of my honey buns.
Oh, well, it's nothing. I can't have any honey buns.
Yeah, you can have a honey bun. You
Oh,
can take my honey bun.
Oh, look. I get go crazy. Oh, but bitch, I mean, look. I got some hot Cheetos.
Okay, so y'all, again, we get the idea. Okay, I'm glad y'all can hear it now. Okay, so I'll leave this. I'll leave my headphones off. Let me get back to my notes. So anyway, there was a journalist named Ernest Owens, and he tweeted to Keke about it. He tweeted, at Keke Palmer, you can still address food deserts. You can still address food deserts in America without policing the very vulnerable people impacted by it. Let's start with why so many people have to be on EBT in such areas to begin with, or why you felt the need to assume that they weren't getting healthy items already. Palmer, however, clarified her statements on multiple platforms. So what did I tell y'all was the theme? Bullshit ass, apologies, and explanations. So here comes the bullshit. On Twitter, she wrote that, quote, my tweet was pertaining to issues with healthy foods being too expensive and thinking that it should be free for those with EBT cards. This was not a suggestion for solving all low-income issues, solely a hopeful solution for those with EBT that want to run it up with meat and produce. Now, this is the part where the LA Times, which is my source for this is the part where LA Times referred to Keke as the former Strahan, Sarah, and Keke TV host. I knew that she had that job, but I didn't know that she didn't have that job anymore. So now I'm starting to think that Keke just has too much time on her hands, and that's why she's doing dumb shit on Twitter. Anyway, Keke explained that she has been eating extremely healthy recently. And in a string of tweets, she wrote that meant carbs like whole grains, whole wheat foods, lentils, chickpeas, yogurt, eggs, and vegetables. Keke recognized that healthy food is more expensive for a reason and distinguished that it's fresh, good for you, and gives you energy. She contrasted that with unhealthful foods that might contain more sodium and taste better and be less expensive. In an effort to explain herself, she wrote this, quote, I imagine if you could get whatever healthy foods you wanted on your EBT card, like all the healthy foods could swipe for free, pretty much a reward for being healthy, but even more so giving homes a break that want to eat healthy but can't afford it. Nice try, Keke, but that's not what you meant. I just don't believe it. Keke had, in fact, been discussing healthful eating on her Twitter account with friends and fans all morning. Her previous tweets offer a slice of context. Now, this is according to the LA Times. Keke Palmer was trying to say that she thinks that healthful foods like produce and fresh meat should be free with an EBT card. Now, this is where I have to ask what's really going on, because my source says, and this is the LA Times says, in fact, Keke went so far as to bring up the vice president elect Kamala Harris. She says, hey, at Kamala Harris, I know you just started, but me and my friends were talking about it, and we think EBT cards should swipe free on all items considered healthy. XOXO. Now, I don't know if this is just a major fan of Keke at the LA Times who wrote this, or if Keke paid someone, but the fact that Keke drug Kamala Harris into this does not change anything about her tweet. She tweeted Kamala after she started getting dragged on Twitter. So in my opinion, the tweet to Kamala was damage control. But ain't nobody stupid here, Keke. That's the problem. So here are a few things. I can defend a person when she's right about something and verbally drag that same person when he or she is wrong about something. Now, we just talked about Keke last week here. When her tweet with her kissing the white guy went viral. And I defended her for that, and I still defend her for that now. The cross of Black love is not one that Black women need to bear if they don't want to. And I feel her on that. Now, Keke has been very supportive of her Black male counterparts in the entertainment industry, and they disrespect her time after time at every turn. And she has dated a series of Black men and was never praised for upholding Black love then. So she shouldn't be torn down because she happens to be seeing a white man now. When it comes to Black love, these Black men in the Twitter sphere can say their hypocrisy for someone else, because I damn sure don't see this kind of outrage that they were giving Keke, the outrage and the backlash that Keke got when we see Lil Wayne, when we see 50 Cent, Jeezy, when we see Kodak Black, Taye Diggs, John Legend, Tristan Thompson, Kanye West, Nick Cannon, Reggie Bush, Donald Glover, Offset, Joe Budden, Safari, Consequence, Tyrese, Tyga, Travis Scott, A$AP Rocky, Michael Jordan, Scottie Pippen. When all of these people are not only, just dating out of their race and marrying out of their race and just making baby mamas out of non-Black women, but a lot of them at the same time, are still at the same time they're all doing that, also tearing down Black women and talking about how Black women just don't compare to these non-Black women that they have. And we can go on and throw Lamar Odom in there too, because he came back to a Black woman after he let a Kardashian use him for all that he was worth, and no other white woman would find him valuable enough to have. So for anyone who was not clear about how I honestly felt about that situation when we addressed that last Thursday, because I thought that it was courteous to let my guest have the floor and not run him over with my own opinions. My opinion on that question, do Black women have to preserve Black love at no cost? My opinion on that question, the answer is no. It is not the duty of Black women as a collective or any Black woman individually to bear the cross of Black love if she does not want to. Because firstly, I'm still waiting on an answer regarding the question that I asked on last Thursday. What do Black women get out of the deal? Never got an answer to that question. And secondly, this is not a job to be done alone. If the cries for Black women to stay in Black love situations really are about Black love, then show Black women that you love them. And then you stay too. You stay with Black women, and then show Black men that when they're leaving, that it's a problem for you as well. Otherwise, shut the fuck up when we leave, period. And that's that on that for anybody who was really wondering what my opinion was. Now, that being said, this week, Keke was just wrong. Your tweet said what you meant, Keke, and trying to switch it up actually makes you sound stupid at worst and out of touch with reality at best. Keke Palmer is an intelligent woman, so it's hard for me to believe that when she tweeted, quote, Imagine if your BET card could only work on healthy items, that she meant anything other than that, right? That's what poor people need to be buying with their government assisted food money. She's too good with words to have actually gotten her point across so poorly if she really did mean something else. So let's pretend though, that we're all stupid and we all believe that Keke meant that people should just be able to get these healthy items for free with their EBT cards. Then we have to ask some questions. We have to ask, well, if Keke thinks that these items should be free, why would they need any kind of card to get them? Right? If they're free, shouldn't they just be able to go in the store and pick them up off the shelf? Why do they need an EBT card to swipe for a free item, right? Then we also have to ask, well, Keke, certainly knows that everything costs something, right? So if these EBT card users now get expensive, healthy food items for free, well, then somebody has to pay for them, right? So then we should have to ask, is Keke proposing that she and her rich Hollywood friends are going to pay for all this free food? Because surely she knows that even free things are not actually free, right? Because she is, again, an intelligent woman. We should also ask, is Keke Palmer then proposing a tax increase for us working class folks so that EBT users can get free goodies, from Whole Foods? I don't know. We also might want to ask Keke Palmer if she's including transportation out of poor neighborhoods to get EBT users to these healthy free foods, because surely Keke Palmer, who grew up in poverty herself before she became a child star, knows that most impoverished areas in this country are also food deserts where one is lucky to find a piece of fruit, let alone even frozen vegetables. So, or maybe, I don't know, Keke Palmer is proposing to make these grocery stores more accessible to poverty-stricken areas. Maybe Keke Palmer is now going to, along with her rich friends, start building real grocery stores in neighborhoods that were once food deserts. Or does Keke Palmer want for us to do that with our tax money? Or does Keke Palmer really not give a damn about what poor people are eating? And she's just being another elitist who thinks that it's cool to tell poor people how to spend their money, because that's what it really seems like to me. But what do you think about it? That's just my opinion. And I do think also, just for the record, that Keke's comment got extra heat because a lot of people are still angry about her kissing that white guy. So we have Eric Melendez. Let me bring up Eric. We have our first caller. So hopefully I don't need my headphones, but if I have them, if I need them, I have them. So hello, Eric.
Hey, what's up?
Hey, what's up?
Hey, how are you doing? Thank you for coming in. Let me know how is Eric sounding? How am I sounding now? If we are sounding bad, I'll put my headphones in. Okay. What's your comment on this?
I mean,
I mean,
she can date
she can
whoever she
date
wants
whoever she
to.
wants to.
I mean, it's a
I
free
mean, it's a free
country.
country.
That's how I feel. And I'm glad to hear a man say it. She wasn't getting that kind of energy though when she had posted that picture last week, or was it the week before, of her kissing this white guy. Okay, so I'm hearing echo. Hold on, Eric. Before you say anything, let me put my headphones in, and let me see if that changes anything for us. Do you have anything else open? Any other applications, or are you on your phone? Are you on your laptop? Be sure that nothing else is on other than StreamYard. And okay, because they're saying that you're echoing. So go ahead and
Oh,
talk now, and let's see.
yeah, I'm on my
Yeah,
phone. I
you're
don't
on your
even have a
phone.
I don't even have a computer nor a desktop.
Okay, do you have in earphones? And okay, you guys,
Yes.
I have mine on now. Is it better? Because I know there's still a delay. So y'all let me know now that I have my my earphones on. Is it any better? Go ahead and talk a little bit longer and let's see what people say.
Okay.
Okay, yeah, they're
All
saying it's
right.
better. Okay, go ahead. Great.
I mean, she loves black guys, no matter what color. I mean, she loves everybody. Wherever she has talent, potential confidence, bravery, but she still loves her black men. Even though she's with the white guy, she still loves black men.
Mm-hmm. And that's how I see it too. I mean, I really, anytime I see her, on interviews and people bring up, her male colleagues in the entertainment industry, she's always giving them props, saying that she's either, buying their projects, with, whether it's music or, what a great job he did on this movie or that TV show. I only see her, giving, props and respect to black men in the industry, but I don't see her getting that love back from the industry or from black people on Twitter sphere. It's mostly men, but there's still a good number of women as well, you know um who have this idea that black women just need to be tied down to black men, or else we're bed
Hmm.
wenches and sellouts and coons. And I
Yeah.
frankly don't believe that way, but I'm one of those people who doesn't believe it that way for black men either. Go be with who you want to be with. And I always say
Hmm.
this, my only issue with black people who date out is don't ever do it and then disrespect everybody of the opposite sex in your own race. That's the only
Yeah.
thing that I ask.
Yeah, because it happens all the time. Because it psychologically damages black women, according to Dr. Umar Johnson. Because it had happened to me before, and people put me in my place,
Whew,
and I learned my
Lord,
lesson from it.
tell me more.
Like, oh man, I should not say this. I should not say that. Like, I mean, I got female family members who are black, and yes, I did some wrongdoings. I did some mess up stuff, and take it out on them, which is not good. I mean, which is not great at all. Because the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan has said you gotta respect black women. He don't get on them, but he gets on the black men more. He
Hmm.
gets on the black women
Hmm.
because he's because he don't play. When a black man disrespects a black woman, he will like put you in your place. Like if I done that in front of him, he will educate me and school me, whether I listen or not. But I will listen because I don't walk away from conversations. When people put me in
Hmm.
my place, I never walk away. I just listen to understand and comprehend what's right from wrong, not wrong for right.
I understand that. Okay. And I do think that, part of the problem that we have is that we just don't have enough conversations. I do think that sometimes just listening, to each other helps us to understand a little bit better where we're all coming from, even if we don't agree.
Hmm.
But I do appreciate that, even, at least you can understand Kiki's point of view, and say that she deserves to be able to date whoever she wants to date. I gotta ask though, I'm sorry, and this isn't for you, Chaz B98. Are you someone I know personally? And are we Facebook friends? And have we partied together? Because I think that this is someone I know personally because of the name. And if not, then my apologies. And hi, Chris Vintage. But anything else you want to add to the conversation, Eric?
Mm-mm.
Okay, and you have a YouTube channel, don't you?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, do you want to take a second to promote your YouTube channel before you get off?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, go ahead,
Yeah.
go.
It's it's my real name.
Okay, so just
And
Eric Melendez.
and I like to like talk about like wrestling topics and what's going on in the real world. I need to like do that often.
Okay, well, I appreciate the call. Anything else you want to say on this?
I just want to say that um just do more of those Jackson Chronicles. Like I just said on the chat.
Well, I'll definitely. I have some more Jackson stories that I'll do. Wasn't exactly
Yes.
a Jackson Chronicles, but I definitely do have some more Jackson stories, and I'll get them up for you.
Yeah, I did videos on Jackie and Jermaine on I think a
Okay.
couple of years back. It was when
Okay.
when then I did the Jackson's Dark Secrets. I did that too a couple of years back. I think it was 2018.
Oh, well, look. Just y'all have his channel, and y'all can go and check out. I know that you do more than that over there, but if y'all want to see some
Yes.
more Jackson stuff, obviously I'm not, a Jackson's channel when I do my old school stuff, but he has some Jackson's content as well. And so, yeah, thank you for coming up. I do appreciate it.
No
I'm going to
problem.
go in and cut you off now, but I do appreciate you getting the party started for us. Thanks, y'all. So that was Eric. Anybody else want to call in, or shall I move on to the next topic? I'm just going to take a sip of water, see if anybody else has anything to say before we move on. All right. Looks like that's a no. So I'm going to get myself on the next story. So now the next story we have. Oh, or well, let me see. Are there any comments I need to read? Hi. Oh gosh. Is it Oh, Jaco. I'm sorry if I'm messing up your name. Thank you for being here. I'm just trying to be sure I say hi to everybody. Let's see. Yeah, thank you for calling, Eric. I do appreciate that. And thank y'all for letting me know about the sound check. Yeah, so American Copperhead says, I think she was trying to make fun of families that use EBT. That's what it felt like. Like, it didn't feel like any kind of serious conversation, not when you're putting the Google side eyes and all that. I think she's trying to clean it up. And no, I wasn't here for it. Now, on the flip side, I don't care who she dates either. I'm with Deborah. Let's see. Oh, Chandra's here. Hang on, let me bring up Chandra. Hello.
Hi, Ty. How are you doing?
I'm doing well. How is she sounding, you guys? I still have my earphones in, so I hope that the sound is good. Y'all let me know how she's sounding, and go ahead, Chandra. Tell us what you think about it all.
Okay. As far as Kiki's comment goes, so I hadn't seen any of that. This is my first time hearing about it, but it's right. Not great if you're coming from a place of privilege to talk about people who are under-resourced, especially if you're doing it in a shady way. But the fact is that the welfare system, it needs to be reformed. And I don't say that from a place of privilege. I do say it from somebody who has been working within the system. I don't think that the system provides a clear path out of being under that system. And so I understand what she's saying. And I know that it annoys the hell out of me when I see people who are using EBT and they're spending money into these little food trucks that cater to it, but they're getting like these boxes and boxes of honey buns and cookies and all of this other trash, chips and stuff. I understand, as a mother and being on food stamps while my children were young, that you do want stuff for your children that's going to, last and stuff. You want the most for your money. And I think that there has to be education surrounding nutrition. And yeah, the fact is, yes, there are a lot of food deserts in the under-resourced communities. And so people buy what they think is going to be the best value for their money, and they're doing what they think is best. because healthy food is expensive, and not like one piece at a time, but the amount that it takes to feed a family for a week or for a month is hella expensive. So it would be great if, as she, apologized to propose to get free healthy foods, but that's not the reality. It doesn't seem like that's what she was actually saying. And if that's what comes out of it, then great. If she's going to, form some kind of, I don't know, movement to make that happen and connect with Kamala on something like that, then great. It's definitely needed because people are suffering in communities that do not have food that promotes life.
Yeah. Now, so from the sounds of it, it doesn't sound like, but I'm going to ask you. So, did you take her comment as shade, or did you take it as her trying to be constructive about how poor people are able to eat?
It sounded like it was shade. It sounded
That's
like
what
it
I
was,
took from it. It
yeah,
doesn't mean that something
but
positive can't come from it, like you're saying.
exactly.
It could turn out that way. Now, if she's leaning on Kamala to do it, I'd be very surprised. She might want to look elsewhere because Kamala already said she wasn't worried about you poors. Thanks for the votes. But I took it as shade, and I didn't like it, and so that was what I wanted, and I didn't appreciate her coming through with the the damage control that basically insults everyone's intelligence. That's how I felt.
Well, the way that I feel about that is I think people just every day and throughout our conversations, we make a lot of shady comments. For most of us, it's not going to be captured, for eternity. And it's not something that a lot of people are going to be exposed to. For celebrities, then yeah, they have to be extra careful about the little things that they say that they may not, pay too much attention to at the time that they say it. So I do think that there has to be some room for redemption and stuff like that.
I agree with that. I think that it has to come from a sincere place and not just on some damage control, like, oh shit, they're roasting me on Black Twitter. And that's what I feel like she was doing. And it wasn't like this is just some conversation that she was having with a friend that was overheard. She posted this to Twitter unprovoked. Like nobody was saying anything about anything. And then here she goes. Like, it wasn't like,
right,
so like
yeah.
I understand like there are those times when celebrities are caught off guard, like, oh, I thought that I was just having a conversation, but this blogger is over my shoulder while I'm having dinner and I'm having, talking to my friend, about what I really think about these pores. That wasn't what happened. She knows she's a public figure and that, she just gotten roasted the week before just for kissing somebody, so like you realize eyes are on you. Sometimes I feel like, and that's also why I brought up mentioning that I didn't realize that she wasn't hosting that show anymore with Strahan. I do feel like fame is a drug, and I think that like sometimes with these celebrities, I think that they're going just as crazy as everybody else because they can't get on a movie set or a video set or in the studio, and so just like let me get people talking about me some kind of way and say something on Twitter. I think that that's part of their issues too.
Oh, I completely agree with that. I feel like that's why so many of them are doing such crazy stuff. They're used to the constant adoration and they're not getting that because there's a lot more stuff to worry about when people see that. So they just seem menial and petty. So yeah, they are like wilding with some of the stuff that they're doing. So many of them are doing that. But again, like, okay, even if she did it in error, if she did it from a bad place, then hopefully this will, like her getting roasted on Black Twitter, is going to be an eye opener for her, I would hope. And maybe she will take it on as a cause.
I hope, yeah, because I don't think that she's an evil person, and I'm not. Oh, cancel Keke, like it's not time to cancel her, but like we can call her out and say, girl, this is stupid. Because I was so here for her last week when everybody was roasting her and just like y'all need to take it down 1,000, and where's the heat for Black men who do the same thing and worse? There is none. So like chill out on her, on this, but I can say on this one, Keke, no, ma'am.
Right. Yeah, but I do hope that she'll take this as a learning experience and actually start doing something about the real problem that exists around what she was talking about.
Yeah, yeah. If she, I do think that she definitely said it from a shady place, but I think that, there can be redemption if she does actually decide, well, okay, let me go in and get serious about this and let me, use some of the resources at my disposal to make some changes somewhere. It doesn't have to be nationwide, but, let me show people I'm serious, or let me just do something because, yeah, maybe I shouldn't have been joking about this and it is a serious thing, not like something good can't come of it.
Right.
Yeah, I appreciate that. Anything else you want to say on this?
Nope, that was it on that.
Well, we have another topic coming, so stay by the phone.
I will. Thank you. And you look great. Your hair looks amazing. Your skin is glowing. I'm feeling the whole
Really,
look.
girl?
Yes.
Well, thank you. $37. Okay. And for the wig, and let's see. Well, and you know what my real hair is looking like. I do send pictures of my real hair to my family group text all the time, guys. But yeah, the skin, I'm working on it, but I do appreciate it, darling. Thank you.
Of course.
I
That's those
appreciate the call, though. What's that?
Okay. I said that's those
Wait, what'd
royalties.
you
I saw
say?
somebody in the comments earlier
Oh,
said we were royalty in here. That is so true.
that's true. And my members actually like literally are. Like, that's what they are
Yes.
called. They are duchesses and princesses and queens and all that shit. But I do appreciate the call. Thank you so much.
All right. I'll be listening.
Okay. All right, holler. So y'all, that was Chandra. Any other callers? Because I was about to get to the next topic. Any other callers before I move on to the next topic? I'm loving the conversation so far. Or shall we move? Okay, let me get another sip of water and we'll go on with the get on. Oh yeah, we're 55 minutes in. I'm trying to get this down to 2 hours, y'all. It ain't gonna happen today. Here we go. And hi, Miss New Orleans. Thank you for coming and being with us. And NECA, I saw you come in. And if I miss anybody else, hi. I'm not trying to be rude. I'm trying to say all my hellos still. Let's see here. And thanks again, y'all, for getting us to what? 10,000 subscribers. And we got Orange Juice Jones coming this week. I will put that in the community tab so y'all know when he's going to come on live with us. He's going to help us work through some relationship issues. This should be fun.